Hello, 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 and welcome to Get It Off Your Chest, the funny side of breast cancer. I'm Estelle Marr, one of your lovely hosts today, and I'm also joined in Titty Towers with...
by the other lovely guest, Andrea Moulding.
Yes, she is. She's just as lovely as me, actually.
I'm better looking, though.
Oh, yeah, you're far superior. So how are we, my darling? How are you this week?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm okay, but I'm not as good as you, am I, Estelle? Because I think you've got some news to share with our listeners.
I do actually. So yeah, it's like award season just simply hasn't stopped this summer, hasn't it? We've been nominated for a award for the Butterfly Breast Cancer Awards, which based in the northwest of England. So yeah, we got told, didn't we, that our podcast was absolutely fabulous, and we've been shortlisted as a finalist. So unfortunately, can't go to the awards. I'm really gutted about it, and neither can the lovely Andrea. We've both got previous engagements.
But it's actually you that's been nominated, even though I like to bathe and bask in your glory. It is actually Estelle, and she's been terribly modest, which is really unusual. So, you know.
Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, it's all about me. But I mean, it was for the podcast, so
Yeah.
you know, sixes and sevens, horses for
Throw me crumbs.
I don't know what the phrase is, what you're supposed to say. It's as broad as it's long, that one. We'll have that one. So yeah, really, really pleased about that, but just absolutely devastated that we cannot make the awards.
You will be on holiday the other side of the world, so it's not all bad, is it?
No, it's not all bad. Maybe I could come in, but you know, by satellite.
Yeah.
Do one of those. Here she is, by a satellite. So we'll see. I mean, we're talking about like, you know, gonna win. Probably won't win. It's been lovely to be made a finalist at the end of the day.
And also, I mean, on top of your other award, what was it? Liverpool Woman of the Year. What was that?
That was Liverpool Local Hero Award.
Oh, Local Hero, sorry.
Which I did win.
You did,
and yes. What was the other one? And the Cheshire Woman of the Year Award, which I didn't win, but I think I've said in a previous show, the only person who could have beat her was Jesus of Nazareth. Yes. So there you go. What else?
One is 4 bottles of beer at the 1970s Jubilee, Queen's Jubilee at the local fete, and I was only 14, and my dad said, "You're not bloody having those," and took them off me, so I didn't even get my prize.
Oh my God, that was 1977. You're still talking about it now. Clearly, You've not got over it, have you?
It was a trauma.
Did you phone Esther Ransom?
Certainly did. Childline.
Yeah. For the US listeners out there, Esther Ransom was what was she like? The patron of Childline, and Esther Ransom was the face of it. But sometimes there is some Mickey taking when anybody says they had a hard childhood and they didn't. We always say, "Did you call Esther Ransom?" So there you go, just to give us some context to all you listeners over the pond. What else have we got? Oh, yeah, I did an ice bath as well. So have you heard of Wim Hof?
Yes. Well, I saw the photos. I do like a bit of Wim Hof, to be honest. He's a bit of a burly gentleman, shall we say.
Yeah, so we learnt the Wim Hof method.
What was it? Can I just ask? Because I saw the pictures on Facebook and you're looking all serene in a kind of tin bath full of ice with flowers floating in. If that had been me, I would have been screaming. I can't stand being cold.
Well, neither can I.
Coldy Mouldy. That's my nickname because I'm always cold.
No, neither can I. I can't stand the cold either. I actually said, you know, to the young lady who asked me to do it, I said no straight away. I went, forget it. You know, I've got African blood running through these veins and it don't like the cold. And she said, no, come on, we'll all support one another. And to be honest with you, it was with a lovely group of women. We were all breast cancer survivors. Yeah. So that's why, you know, there was about 5 of us. And it was
like a hoot.
It was lovely. I wouldn't say it was a hoot, but I don't mean that in a negative way. It was more about feeling a lot of love that day and a lot of support. You know, we've touched on this in other shows about cancer, you know, being a shitty club to be in. And I only knew one of them, you know, the girl who asked me. All the others were strangers. But it was still felt a lot of love for these other people, and it was so nice. And there are lots and lots of health benefits to having, you know, these cold water experiences, whether you go swimming or you're doing the ice shower or ice baths or whatever. But, I'm not going to go through them all now. It's not that kind of show. But look up, the benefits of it. And it certainly does help you heal after cancer. And since then, I've been doing the cold showers in the morning, and you do feel absolutely brilliant after it. You really do.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, so I did that. But I only had to lie in the bath for 3 minutes. It wasn't like I was in there for a fortnight. It was just 3 minutes.
3 minutes is a long time.
Yeah, but you learn to focus and breathe, So you literally just get in. And it's not like your mind is completely elsewhere. You're not going to switch off completely. Yeah, it did sting a bit, when you get in, and it does take your breath away. But trying to keep that focus is key. And that's what I did. I just focused on something. It was a fairly innocuous thing, which was a caravan in the distance. I just kept looking at this caravan. And then a few times there was girls walking in front of me trying to take pictures. And when you want to go, sod off, you're in front of the caravan. And if you stay there, I'm going to feel this cold. But no, honestly, it was a fabulous experience. And it was lovely to share it with other breast cancer women. That was what was so good about it.
Well, I went in the sea actually about a year ago today, really, with my mates in Portsmouth. And oh my God, it was okay. Yeah. Until my hands went in the water and it was just bloody freezing. But I tell you what, it was an amazing experience in the Solent, all the ships going by.
Yeah, it's very popular around by us. Really popular.
My mates do it every week.
Yeah, and they have those big they got all manager coats on, don't they? You know what I mean? And I reckon that half these women, they don't even get in the friggin' water, they just get the coat and they walk around with that flask like, look at me. And you feel like saying, oh, sod off. No one gets out of the sea with that much mascara on. You're having a laugh, aren't you? We digress. Yes. So today's show, guess what we've got today? You won't guess it in a million years. We've got a British guest today. A British guest.
I'll just put the kettle on, make some nice tea. Yes.
And what else should we have? Cucumber sandwiches.
Some skins.
Cut off.
Yes.
But actually, we're talking in a very English accent, and she's not from England. She's not from England. She's from Wales. She's from Wrexham. Cool. So, yeah, what do they eat in Welsh rarebit?
Yeah, leeks is their...
That's their thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, I love the Welsh. Beautiful place. Beautiful.
I wonder if she can say that place. That's the only bit you remember.
Well, is it like Loughborough's called... What did you text the other day?
Oh, God, yeah.
Lubaroo.
Lubaroo. Yeah, my mate Alan said it. Lubaroo or something. Oh, well, this looks like Hollie is about to join us. And
Hi.
Here she is. Welcome to Tirty Towers, Hollie. How are you?
Hello, you okay?
Very well. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
It's lovely to meet you.
And you, Andrea. Yeah, thank you for inviting me on.
Right. So can you just tell us a little bit about your cancer, when you had it, just very short, and the treatment that you had as well, and where you're at now?
Okay, so I was diagnosed in October last year with breast cancer, and since then I've had chemotherapy, radiotherapy and surgery. It was just a lumpectomy. So now I finished my treatment about 2 weeks ago. So I'm still having the preventative stuff that's going on every couple of weeks, and so that's where I'm up to. So I'm still kind of in the healing process, I suppose. Yeah.
How did you find your cancer, Hollie?
Funnily enough, my daughter woke up at 4:00 in the morning on a Friday night. I'd had a few bevies that night, and I was like desperate for a drink of water. So I thought, I'm just gonna go downstairs and get a glass of water. And I don't know, it was just weird. Everyone said it's just like an instinct thing. I just started feeling, because it runs in my family, but I hadn't done it for such a long time. And I just felt, and it was like 4:00 in the morning, and I was in the kitchen and I was just like checking, and I found this lump, but it was like, it was quite big and it was squashy, and everything that I had been taught about breast cancer was that it's going to be hard and it's going to be like a frozen pea. So in my mind, it was like nothing. The next morning, I just happened to mention it to my husband, who is totally straight down the line, as you know, that you'll get no sympathy whatsoever off him. And I said, "Oh, I found the lump," and he goes, "Well, what do you want me to do about
Oh, wow.
it?" I'm just telling you. And he went, "Right, you need to go to the doctor, don't you?" And that's what happened. A couple of days later, I went to see the nurse, and it just kind of all started from there, really. Yeah.
Do you mind saying how old you are?
I was 42 at the time. I'm 43 now.
But we're trying to do a little, not drive, but just highlight a little with each show that it's not always over 50s. And one of our guests, they put it really well in one of, a show just recently that said, you look on Instagram at breast cancer patients and they look like, they're all young. They don't look like nans.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, I just can't believe how it's just everywhere. I feel like it's just everywhere at the minute, breast cancer. And I never, ever, ever thought it would happen to me. I was fit, the fittest I'd been throughout my whole life.
Yeah, I wish I could say I hadn't kind of drunk and been a bit debauched in my youth, because I had, but it is a mindset as well. And if you want to eat a Rocky Road cake and have a cappuccino, then do it, because your mind is the most important thing, I think, that gets you through, isn't it? But if you can just be outrageous and just tell people everything and have a laugh, laughter is just as good for you as eating a watermelon, I think.
Definitely. I like that. Yeah. Definitely.
We need that on a poster.
Yeah.
So did you find humour helped you, Hollie?
Yeah, I've never taken anything seriously. Both my husband and I were just, I don't know, we met when, a long, long time ago in our teens. So that's the mentality we've stuck to as well. So yeah, we never take anything seriously ever. He's just naturally funny as well, which help. It just, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but you can cut this out. But at the time there was that Shevchenko thing on ITV.
The what on?
Is it Shevchenko? The guy that was poisoned.
Yeah.
They did like a documentary, and not Neil Tennant, he's from the Pet Shop Boys. The other one, David Tennant, was playing him.
Yeah.
It was Doctor Who. That's it, and it was advertised on the TV all the time. This Levinchenko, I don't know what his name is. Anyway,
yeah.
And anyway, he took a picture of that advert. And took a picture of me when I'd lost all my hair, and I was just like sitting up in bed, and he put it side by side, and my God, it looked like Jesus. And he'd send me it, just to and say, "Look, your twin," and things like that.
Look, you look like a poisoned Russian.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, and that would be my nickname then all throughout the Christmas season, Levchenko. But I can't even remember what he was called, Levchenko or whatever. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, and he'd speak to me in like a Russian accent and stuff.
I was just going to say, is he giving you shots of vodka every 5 minutes with one of those hats on like they have a Checkpoint Charlie? Oh no, that's Germany. You know what I mean? One of those hats that they wear in.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised he didn't call it a purple splodge on your head like Gorbachev.
I do like David Tennant, I have to say. He's one of my
he's in everything.
So
Do you know what though, Andrea? I haven't actually ever brought myself to watch that documentary, whatever it was, that series. I just can't bring myself to watch it.
You'd be watching it, Hollie, going, do I really look like that? You won't even be listening to it. You won't even be taking it in. You're just constantly watching the mannerisms and the facial features and everything going, do I really look like that? And before you know it, you'll be in the divorce course and they'll go, reasons for divorce. Because that bastard said I look like a Russian. That's why. I don't even look like David Tennant. I look like some mad Russian.
I was having chemo at the time. Yeah. You'd certainly take him for every penny, Hollie.
I know.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, my God, honestly.
Don't care if he took 5 months off work. How dare he say you look like you're a poisoned Russian?
Oh God, bless
So
him.
any
Honestly.
real standout funny moments during your cancer journey that you'd like to share?
I'm not sure if I am allowed, but
You're allowed to say anything. Honestly, this is the show where you can say whatever the hell you like. That's the
Okay, well,
point of it.
You can
Go on.
talk in Russian if you like.
Tell us in Russian. Can you
yeah.
do a Russian accent?
I ended it. I can't even do a Russian bloody accent. I'm crap at accents. Honest to God, as a drama teacher, I am the worst at doing accents. They always sound like I'm from bloody Newcastle. So
Go on.
after my first chemo, I got really poorly, and it was just before Christmas. Anyway, it had been about a week, and I wasn't getting any better. You know, when you get to that point where you literally can't sick anything else out because you've got nothing inside. So it was just retching. It was just that noise.
Oh God.
So
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Turner and Black did that to me in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
And
So,
that's why Andrea sailed through chemo.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was rock hard, mate. I'd been there, done it.
Yeah. Honestly, if anybody's got breast cancer in the family, suggest you start drinking Pernod and Black now, because if you get treatments in future, you'll be fine. You'll sail through it.
You will.
Toughen yourself up, kids.
Oh my God. Honestly.
Anyway, sorry, Hollie.
It's all right. It's that horrible feeling, isn't it? Where you just like, but you can't stop yourself from doing it. So anyway, it came to, I don't know, day 9, something like that. Mike came into the room and he said in his Russian accent, "You look like death," or whatever he said. I said, "Do you think?" I couldn't even speak at that point. He said, I'm taking you to the hospital," and they gave me a little card. And the way that they sold it was like, if you ever need anything, you just show this card and you get VIP access to everything at the NHS. So I was like, yeah, okay, great. Mike was like, right, I'll drive you to the hospital. You know, so I was there with
your diplomatic
the bucket. You know, waving your card like an FBI agent.
Yeah. Mike was like, "We got your card." Yeah, I got my card. Anyway, got to the hospital, showed the card. The lady on reception in the A&E went, "Never seen one of them in my life."
Oh, you are joking.
So then Mike was like, "Well, she's given it. She's a VIP."
She's a VIP. Please tell me he's still doing the Russian accent.
It was heaving in there, right? It was absolutely heaving in A&E. And then his mate just go, so eventually, after about 40 minutes, I think it's purely just because they couldn't bear the sound of it anymore. They sent me through and assigned a wheelchair in the corridor, just still heaving and stuff. Anyway, this doctor came. By that time, I didn't even know who I was. This doctor came, was trying to put a drip in me.
Yeah.
And I can't remember any of it. Mike said it was just awful. Next thing, I wake up in a bed. So I'm in this little room, and I'm like, oh my God, you know what's going on and that. I'm like, what is that smell?
Go on.
I'm like, oh, I've actually shat myself. I've actually shat myself. So I'm thinking, I can't move. I can't get off the bed because I'm hooked up to that many different things. So I'm trying to ring the bell. It doesn't work. About 40 minutes now past.
Oh my God, you sat in your own shit.
And I'm sat in my own shit, right? So anyway, this male nurse comes.
Oh God.
I went, I need a female. Do you mind? I said, I'm not entirely sure what's happened down there.
I'm not entirely sure what's happened.
Are you sure?
I 40 odd years of age and you don't know where it's come from.
I knew that, but what I meant was the extent of it. So he said, I'll go and get a female nurse for you. I was like, great, okay. So another like 20 minutes past now. And I'm thinking, oh, this is not good.
Joking.
This is not good. And this nurse walks in. She's only the daughter of a friend that I went to school with.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Could it get any worse?
Who has asked my niece to be a bridesmaid at her wedding. I'm thinking, I can't ask this nurse to wipe my ass. So I was trying to like just say, oh, I'm all right. I'm okay.
I'm all right.
And the stench in there by that time was like, she must have got, what the hell is going on? And I was going, have you got like a sister or a sister nurse or something? I was going, is there someone, And she was going, what is, how you can, and I, no. I was saying, no, it's fine. I just need to speak to someone. It's about my cancer.
And we'll just generalize it, shall we?
So, oh my God. So anyway, another about 20, honestly, I was sat in my own shit for about 2.5 hours altogether until
Oh
someone came
my
to help
God.
me. I know. And that was the most degrading thing, but I can laugh about it now because I just think it could only happen to me.
Yeah.
Like I literally, because I know everyone, it could only happen to me that at that moment on that specific day, that nurse was on duty and that nurse was on ass wiping duties and that she came to wipe my ass. Do you know what I mean?
You'd been in it for 2.5 hours. She must have brought a shovel. I thought you were going to say, and the next thing, a zookeeper walked in from the Camel House in Chester Zoo.
Wasn't that bad?
Following the tidal wave.
Oh God! But I had to say, I had to say to them, I'm so sorry. To the nurse that came, I said, I can't ask her, bless her, to do it. She's the daughter of a friend of mine that I went to school with as well. You know what I mean? So there was that one, and then loads of stuff happened then that night as well, where there was police guarding my door of the hospital room.
In case you shot again.
Not because
no, because she was a Russian spy. Yeah.
Yeah, they thought you were the Russian. They went, that's
in case I got poisoned.
British. That's Russian shit.
That's all the poison coming out of me.
That's it.
Oh, poor you! What a night! That's like a night from hell, isn't it?
God, yeah, it was like, well, it was 4 nights altogether between everything. But then I can look back now, and as horrific and awful as it all was, I can laugh about it, and I'm here to tell the tale, and I'm so grateful to everyone that helped me out.
I thought my story was bad, but yours does win hands down. You did trump me, but I remember going into hospital, and I think it was my second one when I was getting my lymph nodes out, and I went, I really need the toilet, and they went, oh, you can't get out the bed. And I was like, no, I'll be all right. Just let me walk. No, you can't get out the bed. We're gonna have to bring you a bedpan.
Oh my God.
So I was like, okay. So then waited a fortnight for them to bring the bedpan. So by the time they brought it, I was absolutely busting. So, they lifted the sheets and slid it under my arse. And I thought, that's not under there properly. I don't think that's right. It is. It always feels dead weird, Estelle, but you just have a wee, it'll be fine. And I went, do you know what? I don't think it's right. And they went, honest to God, and they had another look. It's fine, just go. Well, yourself, once you open that floodgate, nothing's going to stop it. And as soon as I started, you should have seen the bed. I was like Moby Bloody Dick. Instead of it going in the pan, for some reason it decided to shoot up the way. And I knew this pan wasn't going to catch it. Honestly, it was everywhere. And you're just like, I can't stop.
Stop.
Like, oh, that wasn't there properly, was it? I bloody told you.
I know, I know, but it's like what you say. Once it comes, that's it. I don't know. It's like your body just has to. It was coming out of every orifice. Do you know what I mean? It was just like, and I didn't have any control over what was happening. It was horrible.
Well, Hollie, you've been a brilliant guest, hasn't she?
Fantastic.
Yeah, really.
Also, I think it needs to be said, it's not easy to come on and talk about things like that, being a Russian spy and what have you. But it's really important that all of our listeners know that things like that can happen to you. Can
I just say, I am never going to live the shit story down now. I'm a secondary school teacher, and I will be known from now on as Miss Shit, probably, won't I?
That's if the kids in your school listen to this show.
Well, yeah.
But but they might do.
They might do.
we are getting quite a large audience of non-cancer people, which we're really pleased about. But yeah, we don't want them shouting it in assembly when you say "Good morning, children," and they go "Good morning, Miss Beauty Bops." But put it this way: if they do call you Miss Thingy, we've got to we're turning the language down now, ladies and gentlemen, because we've got a young lady in the studio. But yeah, if your school children do call you Miss Naughty Word, then at least you know that they think you're fun, you know, and that you can take a joke.
Normal. I'm just normal,
exactly.
you know. Yeah.
You've got a bumhole.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what all kids, that's all what we want to know when we're in school, isn't it? Yeah. The capital of France, and does the geography teacher have a bumhole?
Yeah, fundamental things, you know what I mean? We need to know these. Thank you so much for letting me share my stories, and I'm just hoping that if anyone's listening, just you just ride the wave and just try and find those funny moments in everything that's going on, and you'll get there. You will get there.
Bless you. And thank you for sharing,
Hollie. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care.
Lovely to meet
See you soon.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
So that was Hollie. She goes travelling back to Wales. Wasn't she a fabulous guest, Andrea?
She was amazing and very, very brave as well, I think. You know, it's important information for people that you however bad the situation, you can laugh about it, and that's healthy.
No, it's it does just make you laugh, and you realise just how human you are, you know.
Yeah.
Really are human.
Great level of cancer.
Let's conclude the show because our guy is. We need to find out who our security guard's name in Tissy Towers. We just see him Dave. Because what, Dave?
Dave. Yeah.
I want him to have an exotic name.
Okay. I don't know. I can't think.
Well, we're going to find out. So next time on the show, we'll tell you what our security guard's name is. But yeah, he just constantly raps on the window, jangling his keys at us to tell us that the portcullis is going to be going down soon, and we've got to get out. So. How can people contact us? Where can they find us, Andrea?
Well, they can find us across all the usual channels, Estelle. You name it, we're there. And as always, we would like you to like, share, and if you like the content, for our egos, it would be really good if you could give us a review. We want to try and get our podcast out to as many people as possible. And of course, we're across social media as well.
So I'd like to say thank you to Hollie, our fabulous guest, and thank you to the lovely Andrea for keeping us company today in Tissy Towers. And until next time, let's bye to everybody. Bye.
Bye.